everyone, welcome to the Crafty Yarn Podcast episode 7. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Samantha.
So it's been a bit hectic around here lately, so we haven't got too much crafting done. So we're just going to give you a little bit of a catch up on some of the things we've worked on, but we haven't got any finished objects or any plans really. So my first project I've been working on is my Desert Irony Poncho, which is a pattern by Crafty Treats. So I am using 7 colours of Stylecraft Batik DK. So this dark grey that I used for the original neck is being carried throughout as these little rows in between all the colours. And then I've got like a plum, silver, rose pink, heather, mint, and mushroom, which I am alternating them through. And I am really happy with this, but it is taking a long time to grow. Like, it's not really very big yet. It doesn't go down very far. But it's a very fun project to work on because it is quite sort of repetitive, so it's nice and relaxing.
This is the Sweetheart Socks by Vicky Brown, which is a crocheted pair of socks. Now, I've tried these a couple of times and I've just had numerous difficulties. I had trouble with my tension, and then I couldn't get them over my ankle, and then I redid them and they still couldn't get them over my ankle. So I've gone up a hook size and I'm using a 4 and a 4.5, whereas the pattern calls for a 3 and a 3.5. I've also changed my yarn from what I was originally using. So I'm using this yarn now, which is from Spotlight. It's just a sock yarn.
It's actually got some bamboo in it.
Oh, has it? Okay, yes, so it's got bamboo as well. So it's quite a nice yarn to work with. So I've finally got the cuff finished. So that's it there. So it's looking at this stage as though hopefully it will fit, but the test will be when I get a few more rows on whether I can get it over my ankle. Together we've been working on the Sea Maiden shawl for the past couple of months. So far it's actually been quite a mild winter here, so we think it's going to be a really good weight, and so we thought we'd like to get it finished so we could actually maybe wear them. So I've been using these Summer Nights in the Wildflower colourway, and I've made a huge amount of progress. So that was my stitch marker there, and I've worked all the way down to the bottom. And the rows are getting really large now, so it does take quite a long time to get around. Whoops. So
it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I'm loving it, but you can see how big it's actually starting to get. So I'm really enjoying working on it, and I just would love to get it finished. Caitlin is actually a bit ahead of me. This is even bigger than mine.
So this is mine here. So as you can see, it is getting huge. I'd say that I probably only have a couple more rows to do to make it a nice sort of shawl size to go around your neck. There's my progress keeper from last time. So I have made quite a bit of progress, but as you said, the rows are getting very, very long. Yeah. It takes me ages to get around. And this was my yarn here. It's the Lion brand Summer Nights in the colourway Stargazing. And my ball is getting tiny now. It was huge when we started.
It was, yeah. And because it's a lace weight yarn, you're only using a 3.5mm hook, so it does take time.
So last time I said that I was hoping to finish off my Cherry Bakewell shawl by Lisa Cook, and I have got very, very close to finishing it. So this is it here. So
it's looking gorgeous.
It is, but as you can see, it is quite huge. So I've put in the rows of the contrast colours. So this was the Lincraft Maker Organic Cotton yarn, which is an 8-ply, and we've got a cream, a navy, and a sort of lolly pink. So I've worked all of that because I was only, actually there's my progress keeper there, so I've made a lot of progress. And I'm now on this pom-pom edging, and although I've made this before, I just don't feel like these are looking right. They're kind of like,
they're not
splitting, so I'm not really sure what I've done wrong, so I just need to sit down one day and work that out, and then I'll be able to finish this, which will be great. But I'm really pleased with it, and I think the colours really work well together, and I think that it just looks stunning.
Those two colours look really beautiful together.
I think the pink and navy are like a perfect combination.
I do agree. I've been working on my vintage jacket, which is this one here, with the zip up the front. And the yarn is Bendigo Woolen Mills Classic 8-ply, and the colour is Ensign. Last time I'd finished the back of the cardigan, and since then I've been working on one of the fronts. So I hadn't actually started last time, so I've done quite a lot of work. And then I've been doing the deep, but I still got a few more rows to go, but I'm not too far from finishing.
And it's looking absolutely gorgeous.
It is, and this is a really great project. I love it. I love the stitch pattern, and it just is really, really fun to work on. I really like it.
I'd really like to make something in the crepe. I've never used it before.
I'm really enjoying the crepe yarn as well. It's like a sort of twisted sort of yarn. I don't know.
It holds together a lot better.
It does. You don't have the problem with the splitting. The other project we're working on, the Charlotte's Universe, I'm using a pure wool, but I find it splits and it's not as nice to crochet with, whereas this yarn is really, really nice. Another project that we've been working on together is our Charlotte's Universe blanket. Last time it was a circle and we had just made it so that it was becoming a square. Since then we've done a couple of rows in the contrasting colour, and then we've finished the part 1 now, and we'll be starting this part 2 and adding the next colour. So that's my colour that I'm going to be adding onto there.
I think that's going to look gorgeous.
Yeah. So it's really coming along nicely, and it's so exciting to see how it develops. I'm looking forward to the next part.
So I am at the same place. So this is mine. So I've done about 3 rows after the corner. And I am really happy with this. I think that it's beautiful, but as you can see, there are a lot of ends because I'm not one of those kind of people who weaves end their ends as they go. And then last time I spoke about how I really wasn't sure about the third colour that I'd chosen, and then I thought that I wanted something that sort of stood out a little bit more. So we went to Lincraft on the weekend and we were looking at like the 2 yarns I already had and seeing which third colour would look good. And so we've ended up going with this sort of like burgundy cranberry colour, and that next to that, I just think it looks so cool. Like it's going to be such a beautiful like bright contrast. I think it's showing up a little bit more reddy on screen than it actually is.
It is. It's more of a burgundy.
Yeah, but I think that it's just going to look absolutely stunning. Oh, actually, they call it deep red, but...
Oh, do they?
That's what they call it, but it's more of like a cranberry burgundy colour. So I am much more happy with that.
Yeah, it's going to give it a bit more contrast as opposed to just being more very pastel, so I think it'll be lovely.
So that's really all of the making that we've done recently. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more to show you next time, but we hope you enjoyed watching.
Until next time, happy crafting. Because so far it's actually been quite a wild I have to say.
A wild winter.